Hello, Careblazer. Welcome back to the place where we talk about everything dementia. Dr. Natalie here, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you a surprising symptom of dementia that maybe you've never heard about before, but you've probably experienced or you probably will experience. Have you ever noticed that your loved one maybe becomes stiff or resistant when you try to move them, almost like they're fighting against you? This is something called paratonia. So if you've noticed it, definitely watch this video. And if you haven't noticed it, you still want to watch the video because up to 90% of people with dementia develop this condition. And I'm going to use that screen behind me to show you some real life examples of how this looks. So first of all, what is paratonia? Well, it's a type of muscle stiffness or rigidity where it develops as dementia progresses. It's characterized by involuntary resistance to passive movement. In simpler terms, it just means it feels like your loved one is fighting against you as you try to move them, but in reality, they're not trying to fight against you. They might actually be wanting to go with you, but it's just not happening. Paratonia is quite common. In the earlier stages of dementia, it affects about 10% of people, but in the later stages of dementia, it affects up to 90% of people. Now, there are two types of paratonia. One is oppositional and the other is facilitory. So in oppositional paratonia, this is where it really feels like the person's trying to fight back against you. Let's take a look at how that looks. So in this video, this is a doctor trying to move a patient's hand, and it looks like he's trying to force it, right? So this patient is not trying to resist his movement, but that's exactly what's happening. And so he's trying to move it, and you can see how forceful it is for him to move. This is the oppositional paratonia. So notice here, he's using two hands. One drops regularly, right? This is the normal way. And the other one doesn't. She's resisting it going down. See? She's holding it up and he wants it to go down. This arm is going normally and falling when he lets go, and this one isn't. Again, that oppositional paratonia, where it's like they are resisting the movement. The second type of paratonia is a facilitory paratonia. And this is where the person seems to go along with the movement too much, almost like they're being very enthusiastic to help you. Okay, here's an example of the facilitory paratonia. Notice how when the doctor is done shaking his hand and lets go, the patient continues to move his hand. It's like they're trying to facilitate the movement and help with it. So watch closely. I know it's not the greatest video quality, but you'll be able to see what we're talking about. Shaking hand, let's go. He continues to shake a little bit. That's a little bit of that facilitatory type. Common places you'll notice paratonia, if it is in your loved one with dementia, will be when you're trying to get your loved one dressed, when you're trying to help them with bathing, when you're trying to reposition them maybe in a chair or on a couch, or any activity that involves moving their limbs. Now, there is something you can do to help. If you notice your loved one has paratonia, the resistance they have can change depending on how quickly you make your movements. The slower you move your movements, the more likely it is that they'll go along with what you're trying to do. The faster you are with your movements, the more likely you'll experience some of that rigidity and resistance. Absolutely, this symptom can make daily care much more difficult. It could also increase the chances of falls and making it hard to maintain good posture, keep their loved one's healthcare provider up to date on the symptom if you notice it. Currently, there is no cure for paratonia, but there are ways to manage it. One of them, like I've already mentioned, is to move slowly and gently. Quick movements will likely increase resistance. Explain what you're doing prior to doing the movement. So basically tell them before you touch them. And one of my personal favorites is to consult with a physical therapist or an occupational therapist for even more specific strategies for your loved one. Careblazer, Have you noticed the symptom in your loved one or in somebody else? Let me know below in the comments. And if you're interested in joining an amazing supportive community of Careblazers that come together every single week for support groups, for Q&A sessions with dementia experts like myself, I invite you to check out our Care Collective program, where you will not only join amazing community, but you'll have access to a 24/7 library of amazing resources and bonuses that you can use at any time to help you no matter what caregiving challenge you are going through. That information and so much more is linked below in the description of this video. I'm also going to include the specific links to the videos I referenced in the video.
Also, Nico gets a belly rub for every person who subscribes from this video. So if you haven't already, click the red subscribe button. It's totally free, and Nico says thank you very much.